Veganism is a moral urgency. Now, that may not be a common sentiment, but it's one that everyone needs to urgently adopt. So if you, the viewer, are not vegan, and you believe that humans are deserving of rights, then let me ask you this. What is so different morally about exploiting a human versus exploiting a non-human sentient being? If you say, for example, that humans possess some sort of special intelligence, like we can assume that at some point most humans will at some point develop the capability to solve math problems, for example. But of course, if we say that, that doesn't mean that every single human is going to have the capability to solve math issues. But even then, knowing that some humans cannot solve math problems, it would still be obviously morally horrific to exploit humans that cannot solve math problems. But that is just an example. Like, we can just say in general, if you believe that it is okay to exploit non-human sentient beings because they lack some sort of certain traits that you think that humans possess, then to be consistent in your logic, you would also have to accept that if we found out that some humans don't have those certain traits, then it would also be okay to exploit them. Like, let's go back to the math problems example. If one says, for example, hey, humans can solve math problems. And yes, that is true in the real world. Some humans can solve math problems, but some others can't as well. So acknowledging this reality, they would then have to bite the bullet and say that it is okay to exploit those humans who cannot solve math problems. And I don't know about you, the viewer watching this, but that is some morally horrific logic. And I have an intuition that most people do believe that is indeed ridiculous. But the truth of the matter is that's what they have to accept in order to be consistent. But I think you guys get what I'm saying. That is just one example of the horrific bullet bites that carnists have to make in order to be consistent, of course. But my question to carnists, aside from all of that, why don't you apply the golden rule to non-human animals? Why don't you want to treat others as you would like them to treat you? And if you are not vegan and you're watching this video, I suggest you click on the links down below. But even then, let's look at it through an anthropocentric lens. Even if one does not value the lives of non-human animals, and only values the lives of humans, then it is still absolutely ridiculous to fund animal agriculture. Animal agriculture is undeniably responsible for destroying the environment on a mass scale. So let's go over some data, shall we? Data from the United Nations shows that 70% of the deforestation in the Amazon rainforest is for raising cattle to make beef. Apart from that, livestock now uses 30% of the Earth's entire land surface. Mostly permanent pasture, but also including 33% of the global arable land used to produce the feed for livestock. Animal agriculture is also a major producer of greenhouse gas emissions, equivalent to 14.5% of global emissions, which is approximately the same size as the transportation sector. Apart from that, global meat consumption is projected to grow, which will increase animal agriculture's negative impact on the environment. So this is absolutely damning. We are destroying our one and only planet, all because so many people want 5 minutes of taste pleasure. Absolutely ridiculous. So how about we just don't destroy the planet and just go vegan instead? Apart from that, the conditions that slaughterhouse workers work in are absolutely abhorrent. And aside from that, it was found that slaughterhouse workers have a higher prevalence rate of mental health issues, in particular depression and anxiety, in addition to violent supportive attitudes. Furthermore, there is also some evidence that slaughterhouse work is associated with increased crime levels. And this is from a systematic literature review done in 2021. It'll be in the description if you're interested. But anyways, yeah, it also makes no sense to not be vegan and view this all from an anthropocentric lens. And just to clear this up, I'm not validating anything that speciesists say. I am just pointing out that even if we look at it from a human supremacist lens, that it makes no sense still. But yeah, that's it for this section. But anyways, I'll get to wrapping it up now. I just have a few things to say. If you are not vegan and you are watching, I hope I have made a good enough case. And if you are already vegan and you're watching this, and you're not involved in any sort of activism currently, then I suggest getting active. Non-human animals need as much voices as they can, because they cannot speak for themselves. So go out there and get active. Post on social media, attend marches, and please just help animals. But anyways, thank you for watching. It took me a lot of time to make this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'm still fairly new to this, so subscribing to this channel or dropping a like would help a lot. And that's all there is to say. Thank you, and peace out.